direct entry registration. On the foreign scene, Australia makes their biggest overhaul of defense since World War II. I am Kalada Kurubatuba. Good morning. Police say they are trailing the driver whose trailer killed a child and injured his mother and siblings at Rumosi Junction axis of the East-West Road, River State over the weekend. The police spokesperson in the state, Grace Ringekoko, who made this known, said the investigation is ongoing. Earlier, an eyewitness told our correspondent that the trailer driver was driving at a high speed when he lost control while approaching Rumosi Junction. The eyewitness said the trailer hit the median of the road and fell on a 2-year-old child. He said the mother of the child and other 2 children are in the hospital.
You know, say this federal road, they always get hold up for this Rumosi junction. So I need they on speed, so you know if you hold a brake. As they hold up, they can't climb. If to say you go straight, in for don't clear those people where they are. So you can't use the steering, drive and climb that walkover. As in climb that walkover. And people they inside that walkover. But people where they inside that walkover now, mother and the children. So as then here say the motor don't climb, so they don't make them they find to run. As then run come this side, the trailer come fall on top of the walkover and him fall. Pour this thing when carry, the goods when carry. From then fall on top of the mother and the children. So now only the 2-year-old boy or 3-year-old boy, 9 can die.
At least 6 people died in an auto crash yesterday around the popular Kara Bridge along the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway. The incident is said to have happened in quick succession as the bus assaulted, busting into flames, leading into the fatalities. Eyewitnesses said those who died include the bus driver, 2 children, and 3 women. The Lagos Deputy Corps Commander Operations of the Federal Road Safety Corps, Lucas Oguntade, spoke to newsmen. The Lagos State government says the 3-floor building under construction that partially collapsed on Ladipo Oluwole Street, Apapa, ignored the stop work and seal up orders of the Lagos State Building Control Agency and continued construction. Deputy Director Public Affairs Mukaila Sanusi said this in a statement. He said no casualty was recorded. Sunday's incident comes about 1 week after a similar incident in the Banana Island area of Lagos State. 1 body was recovered from the incident and several others wounded. The Network for Electronic Cab Drivers Association says e-hailing drivers in Kano State started a 5-day warning strike on Friday over alleged unfair treatment from one of the ride-hailing app, Bolt. Chairman of the E-Riders Union in Kano, Bashir Mohammed, told correspondent Caleb Jacob that the warning strike is to compel the ride company to reduce the 25% commission, which he said affects the drivers' earnings. Mr. Bashir said the company does not allow fair hearing for their drivers whenever passengers lodge complaints against them. The ride company has not spoken on this. The Inspector General of Police, Alkali Baba Ahmed, has ordered the team investigating the resident electric commissioner in Adamawa State, Udu Yunusa Ari, to speed up actions. This is as the Nigerian Police Force acknowledged the receipt of a letter from INEC. First Public Relations Officer Muyiwa Adejubi said the letter from INEC detailed the alleged impropriety of the actions of Mr. Yunusa Ari during the April 15 supplementary elections in Adamawa State. He said the letter called on the police to investigate and possibly prosecute the REC for his actions. Foreign Affairs Minister Geoffrey Onyema has assured of the safety and evacuation of Nigerians stranded in crisis-ridden Sudan. Mr. Onyema gave the assurance on a Channels television program. He said plans are on to evacuate about 5,000 stranded Nigerians by road.
So we also don't want to expose our citizens to that danger as well. So I was put in touch today with somebody in the office of the president, Borhan, and made a formal request to have a safe passage, safe corridor for us to evacuate our people. And I've been in touch round the clock with our embassy there, and they've given us a cost estimate, they've given us all the details, and they've given us a figure of 5,500 ready for evacuation.
While explaining the possible routes to be used for the evacuation, the Foreign Affairs Minister also spoke about the online reports that Nigerian students escaping the war-torn Sudan are not being allowed into Ethiopia.
The options available to us are those 3: the Ethiopian border, the Port Sudan, and Egyptian border. A video that went viral that said that Nigerian students, some of whom got to the border, were not being allowed into Ethiopia. So I called the Deputy Prime Minister and I put this to him, sent him the video and told him that, we really needed to sort that out. He was very supportive and asked for some information, which we've provided to try to quickly sort out that situation.
Many have criticized the federal government for the delays in the evacuation of about 4,000 stranded Nigerians in war-torn Sudan. The conflict between the Sudanese armed forces and the paramilitary group Rapid Support Force has claimed over 400 lives, with thousands of others injured and millions displaced. The clashes broke out between former allies General Abdel Al-Buhan, who leads the Sudanese armed forces, and the RSF paramilitary group led by General Mohamed Dagolo. Several ceasefires that had seemingly been agreed upon by both sides were ignored, including a 3-day pause to mark the Muslim holiday of Eid al-Fitr, which started on Friday. The federal government has started paying the approved pay rise to civil servants in the country. Some civil servants confirmed this. Recall that the Minister of Labour and Employment, Chris Ngige, disclosed in March that the federal government approved a pay rise for civil servants. He had said the pay rise was included in the 2023 budget and will take effect from January 1. Reports say hoodlums blocked Urala Abakaliki Junction Mile 1 due Port Harcourt last night, robbing motorists and road users. The report said the hoodlums also invaded and looted shops at Lumbumba Street in Mile 1 Dube. The police are expected to speak on this. A senior advocate of Nigeria, Wahab Shitu, says those who have gone to court to challenge the outcome of the 2023 elections must follow the rule of law and allow the process to be seen to a logical conclusion. The lawyer said this in a TV interview. Still ahead, JAMB postpones direct entry registrations. Stay tuned as we go for a quick break. Thank you for staying tuned. Welcome back now to the rest of the newscast. Public offices and banks will remain closed today. This is as the 2-day public holiday declared by the federal government continues today. The holiday started on Friday to celebrate Eid al-Fitr. Normal work resumes tomorrow. The Joint Admissions and Matriculation Board JAM has postponed its direct entry registration. Announcing this in a statement, the board's head of Public Affairs and Protocol, Fabian Benjamin, said the direct entry registration, which was scheduled to close in April, will continue on the 6th of May after the Unified Tertiary Matriculation Examination (UTME) and the National Census exercise scheduled for 3rd to 5th of May 2023. The board also directed all candidates desiring to register for the direct entry exercise to obtain the e-pins from designated vending outlets before the 30th of April closing date and proceed to the board's offices from the 6th to the 13th of May to complete their registration procedure.
And now, we'll bring you news from around the world.
Now on the foreign scene, a major defense review says Australia will speed up efforts to buy longer-range missiles to counter the growing threat from China. It warns the country can no longer be protected by its geographic isolation in what it calls the missile age. The government planned to spend about $12 billion to deliver the immediate recommendations. The 110-page report is described as the biggest overhaul of Australian defense since World War II. On the news this morning, you heard police hunt for trailer driver as an accident kills a toddler in Rimouski, Rivers State. Federal government is assured of the evacuation of thousands of Nigerians from war-torn Sudan. JAM says it will hold its ongoing direct entry registration on April 30 to continue May 6. On the foreign scene, Australia makes the biggest overhaul of defense since World War II. The news was edited by Chamezawan for cloudy weather in Port Harcourt this morning. Remember, peace is the path to the prosperity of any nation. Let peace reign. I am Kala Dakuru Batuba. Good morning. Morning Crossfire with Ifemi Andrews up next. Stay tuned.